What is up, Squared Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos. And today, we're going to be talking some tech. We haven't done this in a while, but I figured with the new ban list coming out, people are, constantly going to be looking for replacements for other cards or alternative ways of doing similar effects. But don't worry, your boy's here to help you. Our biggest hit for yellow players was Power of a Super Saiyan being brought down to 1, which is definitely very interesting. I've been playtesting yellow since the ban list was revealed, and you definitely feel the difference of not having your full playset of Power of a Super Saiyan. It's just a very good card, replaces itself, has interruption with unisons and battle cards, can also be used as a hard negate. So, it's just hard to find something as tuned as Power of a Super Saiyan. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Forbidden Power. Now, even though Forbidden Power is not a direct relatable card to Power of a Super Saiyan, it still has that activate battle skill on your turn where you can pay 1 energy and rest one of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and gain plus 10k, which is really nice. Since we already talked about Forbidden Power on the channel, I wanted to look at the rest of the card pool and see what else that we have. So the first card we're going to talk about is actually a card that was used a lot, really, when it first came out, as a solid replacement for Crusher Ball. We're talking about Giant Ball here. Giant Ball is a 1-cost yellow extra card. Counterplay: when the battle card is played, you may choose it and switch it to rest mode, then draw 1 card. Now, there's a couple things you have to pay attention to with Giant Ball. Yes, it is a counterplay, but the fact that it has choose in its card text means it does not get around barrier. Simply to put it, the card has to be successfully played in order for you to choose it and switch it to rest mode. So it's not coming in rest mode. It's not being put into rest mode, before being played or whatnot. Like Prideful Transformation does that. It's all counterplay text. But Giant Ball basically allows the opponent to play the card, and then you just switch it to rest mode and draw a card. So it's good because, yes, the threat does come in rest mode, and you do get to replace itself off a cantrip drawing 1. But the reason I like it is because it triggers your poutine. Now, because Giant Ball allows your opponent to play the card first and then switch it to rest mode, poutine's auto in hand now goes into pending. Because basically, if you switch one of your opponent's cards to rest mode, you can play poutine for free out of your hand. When it comes to counterplay timing, though, sometimes that wouldn't happen because the card is technically not being switched to rest mode. It's coming into play in rest mode. So, like, Prideful Transformation, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Prideful Transformation would not trigger poutine's auto in hand. So there's just little things to think about when you're looking at the language and how it's worded. I like Giant Ball in combination with poutine, especially because it does draw you that card, so it replaces itself. Obviously, the benefit of Power of a Super Saiyan was that you can play it on your activate battle. So there's a lot of different ways of dodging interaction there. It's not as easy to play around because activate battle is probably one of the more powerful windows that you can activate effects in the game right now. But I think Giant Ball, if you're looking for that replacement, if you're looking for a card that just is kind of going to trigger your other effects while also replacing itself, I think Giant Ball is a really good option to look at. The original printing was in Draft Box 4, I believe. Draft Box 5. On TCG Player right now, it's sitting at around $4. But don't forget, Giant Ball was recently reprinted in Mythic Booster as a gold stamp and as an uncommon foil. So you can get that for just a few cents if you're really looking to add it to your collection. It's definitely a card I would consider. I like it. It's a good budget option. Obviously, it's a lot stronger than Crusher Ball because it does replace itself, even though Crusher Ball kind of has like a blanket effect. If you're looking for that replaceability, Giant Ball is definitely the way that you want to go. The other card we're going to be talking about, so we're doing a 2-for-1 special today. The other card we're going to be talking about, let me just pull it up here, is Bardock Father and Son. Now, Bardock Father and Son came out in one of the draft boxes as well. He's a 2-cost 15k attacker for yellow, but he has a really interesting skill here. Activate main if your leader card is yellow and your opponent has 3 or more energy and Bardock Father and Son is not in play. You can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode. If you switch the card to rest mode, play this card from your hand. So it's another kind of very interesting interaction. Technically, this guy's unique, even though he doesn't have the unique tag. You can only control one at a time. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, you can switch one of their battle cards to rest mode and free play him. So it's going to give you that pressure of a free 15k battle card. In yellow, there's not a lot of cards that come in for free that can pressure. So it's just a nice little interaction there that I think. Also, this guy was reprinted in Battle Evolution Booster. So if you can't get the original printing from one of the draft box, you can go ahead and get a foil or a non-foil out of Battle Evolution Booster. But also, is another card here that can trigger Poutine, because you have to choose an already existing battle card on your opponent's board, switch it to rest mode, and then play this card. So it's going to trigger Poutine's auto and put it in pending in your hand, and then you'll be able to resolve Poutine. So it gives you a free card. You don't have to invest any energy into it to go ahead and cause a disruption on your opponent's board. And then also following up, if you're able to go ahead and kill that threat with Bardock, it just kind of saves you, from having to overcommit, and does give you another 15k battle card on the board. For those of you 8 players out there, shout out to my boy Enrique. Bardock Father and Son is a great target to evolve Bardock Will of Iron on top of. It's a free Bardock that you can play. Will of Iron only costs 1 in combo to evolve, and then you're sitting with a 20k double striker on the board that you invested only 1 energy in. Combo that with Planet Vegeta, you're constantly going to be restanding your blockers and further extend your plays and put more pressure on your opponent. So these are just 2 cards I think could help not essentially replace Power for Super Saiyan, but kind of bring down the level of like how much we're missing that card right now. Yes, Goku Black's God Kamehameha is coming out in set 16, but we're still a few weeks away from that. So this interesting time of limbo that we're in right now, if you're looking for replacements, if you're looking for disruption on your opponent's side of on your opponent's board, these are a couple of cards that I've scoured through the card pool to see if they could fit. And by all means, I've been testing Giant Ball and Bardock in my yellow builds, and I've been enjoying it. I like the fact that Bardock not only switches something to rest mode, it gives you a 15k card to put pressure with on your opponent's side of the on your side of the board to combat your opponent's board. And I also like Giant Ball because it just replaces itself. Yellow doesn't really have a lot of powerful extra cards. Like their floodgates really come in the form of like Frieza, Robotic Riposte, and stuff like that. Flying Nimbus has fallen out of favor. Forbidden Power isn't as good as we thought initially. So having, just interactions and kind of slowing your opponent down that way is another way to just kind of avoid taking an onslaught of damage. And it's a nice little ability to go ahead and draw a card so you don't really lose any type of card economy on your opponent's side of on your opponent's turn there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are these 2 cards that you would consider for you yellow players? Are there any other cards that I might have missed or not have thought of? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything No Counters, No Combos. We really do appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Be there or be squared.